We got like 2 more comics left. Thank you so much for sticking around. The next comic coming up, he's kind of like the godfather of Richmond comedy. He's a big supporter of like every show. So, yeah. Hey, Chris Martin, you ready? Let's give it up for Mr. Chris Martin!
Actually, Ray Bullock is the godfather of Richmond comedy. This is a sad time for me. This is the last night I'm going to be doing stand-up comedy. Sadly, my Alzheimer's has progressed to the point where I can no longer memorize my sets. So I hope you'll bear with me while I read this. I just flew in from the Gulf of Mexico, and boy, my arm's tired. Not to mention covered with oil. BP tried to stop the leak with a technique called a junk shot, where they pumped golf balls, shredded tires, and broken Obama campaign promises into a blow-up burner. BP no longer stands for British Petroleum. Now it stands for Barack's problem. We might have to wait for the iPhone 4. Maybe there's a cap for that. The oil spill is out of control. The other day my goldfish coughed up a tar ball. I was changing oil in my car and I found a dead pelican. It's the biggest oil slick to hit Louisiana since Little Richard's hair. BP has tried everything else to soak up the oil spill. It's time to take off the glove and unleash the chia pets. I can't wait for... My psychic told me that joke would suck. I can't wait for the old battered shrimp specials like Red Lobster. I was distraught when I heard that Dennis Hopper died. I bet serious money would be the next star to check out, or perhaps I should say choke out, like David Carradine. Sausage King Jimmy Dean is dead at 81. He had an unfortunate encounter with Grinder Girl. Dean wasn't cremated, so much for out of the frying pan into the fire. It was an open skillet funeral service. Dean was buried in a giant biscuit smothered in gravy. People all over the South are mourning. The flag has been flying half-mast at Cracker Barrels. Gary Coleman was cremated, and unfortunately a funeral attendant sneezed, so the one in the ashes left to scatter. What do you call a funeral urn, a cremation urn in the Sudan? A minute bowl. Too soon. Gun control advocates are upset because Starbucks allows people to carry guns in their stores. Now you can get 6 shots in your espresso instead of a double. According to the New York Times, the most expensive... Alzheimer's people, bear with me. The world's most expensive coffee beans are extracted from the dung of the civet, a southeastern Asian animal. It's just a matter of time before you can order a frappuccino from Starbucks. It was funny when I tweeted it. Jamie Lee Curtis celebrated Father's Day. She was really surprised when all the gifts were for her. It's not funny when you explain the joke. I took the Activia challenge, didn't turn me into a movie star with large breasts, so I asked for my money back. Bad news, the FTC has just forced Kellogg's to withdraw their claim that Rice Krispies boost your immune system. They did so on the advice of their head nutritionist, Count Chocula. The good news, Rice Krispies now have 50% more crackle. Anyone watching the World Cup? Yeah. There's a fine line between narcolepsy and World Cup fever. Stand-up comedian Chelsea Handler was at the Landmark Theater Saturday. I like to think of Chelsea as a one-stick pony, Lisa Lampanelli. And second thought, given that she slept with her boss at the E-Cable channel, maybe she's a one-trick pony too. Too soon. Elton John just performed for $1 million at Rush Limbaugh's wedding. Apparently he also played piano. That's my time. Thank you for your sympathy.